It is Jimmy, aka Jimbo, and today I am here to talk to you about anxiety. Yay! But, I mean, I don't mean to make this like a depressing video. It's not going to be like that. It's informative and it's something about my life. So, I'd like to start off by saying anxiety is different for everyone. My anxiety is not going to be the same as your anxiety, because that's just not how it works. Anxiety is never the same for everyone. It depends on the person. So the things that I say and the things I've experienced don't necessarily mean that you have to have experienced those things too. There's a wide range of stuff that anxiety causes or that contribute to anxiety. Everyone's different. Everyone's different. So I'm just here to talk about my experience, which is, because the more I think about it, the more it's like, I've always been like kind of an anxious person. Even when I was like little, I would get anxious about stuff. Like, well, now I gotta try and think of something. I don't know off the top of my head stuff I was anxious about when I was really young, but like, trips and school and all that kind of stuff. When I was from the end of 6th grade on, I started having really bad anxiety, and this is due to a trauma type thing that happened that I won't get into right now, but I started having really bad anxiety about going to school, about eating food, about eating food at school, about going out, even just going out, shopping. I just had so much anxiety. I was having panic attacks almost every day at school. School was the worst thing for me because it was just 7 hours where I was the most anxious I could possibly be. And that's not great when you're in middle school, because middle school already is not a whole lot of fun. And then here I am feeling horribly anxious for that entire time. And it made school a really, really difficult task. I struggled a lot with going to school, keeping up with school, paying attention in class. I was just having panic attacks. I was just all this stuff. And at some point, I just almost sort of learned to live with it. And instead of it getting better, I just learned how to deal with it. I started seeing a therapist in 7th grade. I didn't like her. We just didn't mesh well together. I didn't like her that much. So I stopped going to see her, and I eventually got another therapist that I liked better. And, I just kind of let my anxiety take over my life for 3 years or so. I just let it control everything that I did, everything that I was. I just sort of let it. Not because I, not on purpose, just because it was easier to let anxiety control me than to try and fight back against the anxiety. My panic attacks, they tend to start with me just feeling strange, and then I start breathing really fast, I start kind of freaking out, and I get really fidgety, and I get kind of like this, like I'm like moving around and doing stuff like that, and then I usually feel really sick, and I feel like, I don't know, it makes me feel like I want to just like curl up and just be like, but you can't do that at school, and I still get them sometimes. The thing that's better now, though, is I can kind of tell when I'm about to have like some form of panic attack, so I can kind of be like, okay, it's starting, so I'm just gonna take some deep breaths, and maybe it'll just go away, and I'll be fine. And that helps. It really does. Like, the main thing that people are gonna say, and this is because it works, is that you have to take a lot of deep breaths, because breathing deeply, it really helps. It just helps you like calm yourself, and it's also something to focus on, and it's something you can control. It's your own breathing, like you're in control of your breathing. So that's always been extremely helpful for me. There are a lot of apps and just different tools that have breathing exercises or a visual that you can look at to breathe in and breathe out, and it's really can be extremely calming, in my opinion. What was I gonna say? Eventually, through therapy and a lot of really hard work, I got to a point where I could go out places, go out shopping, go out to eat, go out, and all this stuff. And I eventually also got to a point where school wasn't as hard. That the hardest parts of school were the classes themselves, and not some external or something internally inside of me. It was more just like, oh, my class is really hard, instead of like, I have a panic attack every time I'm in this classroom. It just started working out better for me, which really, really helped. If you're hesitant to go see a therapist, I'd say, like, don't be. Not just, like, don't be, but, like, don't worry about what they're gonna think. They're a trained professional. They are here to help you. They don't necessarily, like, tell you what to do, right? Like, that's not their job. Their job is to help you to reach your own, like, potential. So to kind of push you to do your best, to push your limits a little bit, so that you can grow and get better and be able to live a long and happy life, not full of anxiety or anything. I don't even know if that was a cohesive sentence. So therapy is extremely helpful for a lot of things, not just for anxiety, but for a ton of things. And I definitely wouldn't have gotten this far if I hadn't been in therapy. Like, there's no way, because I wouldn't have had all these tools and stuff. Therapy is definitely a really, really good tool. And yeah. Don't let your anxiety control everything that you do, because it just never works out. Because it never really means that the anxiety goes away completely, and it also never means that, like, you're gonna be enjoying life. It just means you're letting something control you. Whereas you should be controlling your anxiety and telling it what to do, which is really hard. But through hard work, you can get there. because I did. So, and like, I mean, yeah, I still have anxiety a lot, and I still can get panic attacks, but it's significantly better than it used to be, and I don't know, I'm happier now than I used to be, and I can do so much more stuff. Like, I can go on trips, I can go to school easier, I can eat anywhere, I can do pretty much anything. Yeah, it's a hard road, it's really hard, but it is worth it. It is definitely worth it. And so I wish you all the best of luck on your journeys. Yeah. I think I covered most of what I wanted to talk about. If I missed anything, let me know. I can, talk about it again later. If there's anything else you want me to talk about, let me know. I'll try and come up with ideas for stuff. I'll try and post more often. I'll just try. I'll try. So thank you so much for watching and listening to my journey and listening to my silly little advice. It really means a lot that people are interested, and I'm getting a bunch of group texts because I have a project that's due today, so I should probably go handle that. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. I still haven't thought of an outro, I don't think. So, yeah, just have a good day, have a good week, have a good month, have a good year. Bye.